Check, 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 check. Microphone check. What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me out there? Microphone check. One, two. What is this? Excuse me, guys. Microphone check. Can y'all hear me out there? Mic check, mic check. How am I sounding to the people? What's good, Bobby Ruffin? What's good? What's good, Bree? What's good, Mr. O's? All right. Yes. Once again, we're back. Hold on. Let me get all my stuff going, man. Make sure all my stuff is going. Good afternoon, Ashley. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Kenya. Let me make sure, man. Let me make sure everything is a go here. All right. Let's do it. We had another show. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. It is the Heaven Hollywood experience. I don't need to go into no music today. I usually play my theme music, but I don't even need to go into theme music today. Good to talk to y'all again. It's been a minute. We got a lot of things to discuss. Let me see who's inside. What's up, Bree? What's up, Kenya? Ashley, Samantha, Auntie Bees, Melissa, Latoya. What's going on? What's going on? There's all sorts of stuff popping up this week. Excuse me, has been drama filled. Drama filled. The whole entire week has been drama filled and it's still continuing. We got all sorts of stuff happening. We're going to get into it and break it all down and talk about exactly what does it mean. So, we got a couple of things that we need to talk about today. We need to talk about Wendy Williams. I mean that is a definite. We need to talk about Wendy Williams and what's going on with Wendy Williams and what exactly they're trying to do over there. Because if you ask me, I think they're trying to do away with Wendy Williams. And sad to say, it might be too late. What's happening to her might be too late. It might be time to pay the piper because we all know that. Well, we're not going to say we all know, but we're going to say allegedly. We're going to keep ourselves out of trouble. Let me put my disclosure down at the bottom. Let me put my disclosure down at the bottom, y'all, because y'all ain't going to have me out here looking crazy. For use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education. So, what we are doing here today is simply commentating, giving our commentary and our opinion. Anything that I give to you today, please consider it alleged until it is either confirmed or confessed. Don't burn them yet. Don't burn them yet. That's your boy Evan Hollywood. Um, Shout out to Nicki Minaj doing her thing this week. We're gonna get into her as well. Um, we got Kanye and Kim to talk about on the schedule. We have to talk about yet another murder suicide. Somebody wanted me to bring it up because it happened in their hood. Um, Another murder suicide, man. Like stuff is crazy. You know, this stuff is crazy. This gentleman, this black one, once again bought to social media. I believe he killed his baby mother or his girlfriend, was shooting at the police. I mean, man. I'm gonna try to find it because I want to start on that first. He was snatched with guns and Kim accused of putting. Oh my God. Yeah, Kanye is just ridiculous. Kanye is ridiculous. Let me start off with this sad, sad event. Hmm. Rob Kardashian exposed in court for using homophobic and racial slurs and sending death threats to Black China's former friend. You F word ass B. You about to get your ass beaten. Wow. Everybody's getting exposed during Black History Month, huh? So I want to try to find this. I don't know exactly where it was in my DM, but I did want to talk about it because it's just something that continues to happen. It's continuing to happen. So I don't know exactly where this took place. Like I said, someone sent it to me and I saw it earlier. Now, when I need it, I can't find it. But it was another case of someone looks as though they killed their girlfriend, killed another person, then was saying on camera about, oh, you take care of my son, I'm not gonna. He was saying he's not gonna kill himself. You guys gotta come kill me because I just want you to come get my son out of here. And then reportedly, he killed himself after he said he wasn't gonna kill himself. So, if anybody knows what town that was in, where I can find it quicker because I do not remember it. But I did want to talk about it because once again, these things are going on, and these men are out here. It was in Wisconsin, right? These men are out here. I'm gonna find it. We're also gonna talk about Rihanna, and are they getting ready to replace Rihanna? Are they getting ready to replace Rihanna because she is not doing what the elites want her to do? I want to see if this is the man. Never. Dispute unfolded. I think it was a domestic dispute. Gunman killed two people before taking his own life. So I'm going to assume that was him. February 5th. Yeah, I'm going to assume that was him. So that was in Wisconsin. Did you hear about the man who killed his soon to be ex wife? I think she was a realtor. You're going to have to let me see that one. I don't think I'm up on that one. Okay. So I believe it is this one. Okay. I believe it's this one. But they had this on Brown Deer, so it must be them. They had this on social media where the guy was on video and everything. These things are what's end up happening is, see, social media should have something immediately that erases these videos. He should not be allowed to be on social media. Does anybody know any website that posted that so I could try to find this dude? Why would Rihanna listen to them now? They because Rihanna got that money because of them. She didn't get that money on her own, and that's what the way they're gonna look at it. Killed another black man on a house raid. Yeah, Minnesota. It's bad out there with that. So, excuse me. What it says is this. This is what I got from the story. This happened in Brown Deer, Wisconsin. So a gunman shot three people, killing two, before taking his own life on Saturday at an apartment building in Brown Deer, Wisconsin. A witness who was also wounded in the attack said one of the two people killed was a man who came to aid of a woman who was targeted by the gunman. Peter A. Nimmer, police chief of Brown Deer, said that what started as a domestic dispute and unfolded in the building's parking lot hallway, second floor, culminated in gunfire. And the witness, Eric Lewis, said he was awakened by gunshots and looked out the window of the building. Okay, so the man that was involved in a dispute with a woman who Mr. Lewis said he believed by the gunman was the gunman's girlfriend. The woman ran away, pleading for help. Mr. Lewis said a man and a woman emerged from a car to come to her aid. He said, and the gunman shot the man who tried to help. The gunman then chased down and also shot the woman believed to be his girlfriend. This all of these things start. I know we had them previous, right? This is why this is why mental health is so important, and this is why talking to people is so important, and this is why when people want to talk to you, don't be so quick to brush them off, because I've noticed an increase of this since the lockdown. Now I know this was going on before, but it's been a crease of this since the lockdown. I mean, so I don't understand what is happening that these men continuously. Now, I do have to shout one time it was reversed, but out of all of these cases, it's only been one female that killed the boyfriend. The rest were all these men, you know, trying to control these women, and that's the thing now. It's gotten to the point now where the women are uncontrollable now, guys. The women are uncontrollable. All right. So if you are trying to date what they call a Western Americanized woman in 2022, dude, you got to just roll with the punches. I'm telling you, if you're not going to be able to deal with this Americanized Western woman of the new gen era, you better take your behind to another country or something like that, because you're not going to be able to control these women like men once could. You know what I'm saying? They're not going for that anymore. Like, and social media and the um the society that we live in no longer I'm not gonna say teaches, but no longer um encourages women to be the go the get along go along woman that they used to be. You know, so it's these men, and most of them are in their 30s. You know what I'm saying, they're like in their 30s, so they're still like millennials, and these dudes cannot handle the women of today. You see a lot of them try to get a younger woman. I mean, so that means she's in a different generation. Even the women that are their age, you know, even the women that their age. Um, so this is sad. Of course, a child, 23-year-old woman. That was, like I said, this man, I believe, was in his 30s. I believe she was 23. 31-year-old man, a child in the gunman's apartment was unharmed. I guess that was their child. He's screaming about, oh, his son, his son, his son. Then he says on Instagram, somebody please find that for me and just let me know where I can find it and on what day. Because I thought it was on Neighborhood Talk, but I briefly looked on it and I don't see it. I don't have time to be surfing all through it. Like, somebody sent it to me. I thought it was like, recent. So I don't really know. But, them bringing it to social media is just going to traumatize the child even more. They want everyone to feel as though excuse me, they want everyone to feel as though they're caring so much about their child, but they're putting this on social media, and the child is going to continue to see it. Like when this child grows up, they're going to go on social media, right? They're going to go on social media and see this. I can't find it all of a sudden, but I'm telling you, man, like women, one thing, like I said, you cannot control who you attract. However, you have to look for signs. That's all I can tell you. You have to look for signs, right? Any sign of jealousy, any sign of possession, being possessive, you know, don't listen to people like Ari and Drea. That is not cool. You do not want once a man presents himself like that, that is a sign. That is not cool. You know what I mean? That's not what you want. That's not showing that they love you. Yeah, y'all acting like y'all don't hear me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's an article. It was this man. He's on social media talking about come get my son. And I've had it, but I get sent so much stuff daily. I can't place it right now. I'm looking for y'all to help me out here, so we could discuss this and try to come up with some sort of answers for why this continues to happen. So I don't get it. I mean, I'm asking people. There's 54 people here. Make sure you hit the like button. By the way, there's 54 people in here. Like I cannot search back, and I don't even remember who sent it. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember who sent it. So It's going to be almost impossible to find it. But anyway, yeah, I can't find it. On site. Thank you. Somebody's out there with a pulse. Thank you so much for that. It was on site. And it's amazing that not more people are talking about this. You know? Wisconsin man. There it is. Thank you. Okay, so hold your horses, sir. Let's share this. Extra camera. What is this new thing here with StreamYard? It says extra camera. All right. Hold on. Damn. Hold on, guys. I don't think I pressed audio. All right, can y'all still hear me or what? Like this thing's tripping. Can y'all still hear me? Let me know. Let me know if you can still hear me. Thank you. Thank y'all for that. All right, so excuse me, guys. Still getting over a cold. All right, so y'all should be able to see this. Because this is crazy. All right, so this is what this dude was saying. Took place called, all right, he's 31 years old. A 23-year-old woman was shot and killed. 36-year-old man was also shot and injured. But he was only 26. So he wasn't in his 30s. 26 years old.
Hey, y'all, I just want to say I'm sorry. This is going to be the last day everybody hear from me, bro. Hey, y'all. Just come get my son first. No, have somebody come get my son. He in the house with me. No. Yes. Hey, y'all, I just want to say I'm sorry. This is going to be the last day everybody
just want to say he's sorry. I mean, so sickening.
Hey, y'all. Just come get my son first. No, have somebody come get my son. He in the house with me. No. Yes. Hey, y'all, I just want to say I'm sorry. This is going to be the last day everybody hear from me, bro. This is going to be the last day y'all hear from me, bro. I'm sorry. There's just been too much going on. Police out here.
Look at it.
She did.
She did.
Police right there. Somebody come get my son first.
I mean,
it's not gonna end well for nobody, cuz.
It's not gonna end well for nobody. Oh man. You know what? I've had enough. Let me tell you something, man. And then there's always people in the comments, oh, trying to blame society and blame other people for this dude, for this weak coward's actions. It's so sickening and so aggravating. Yes, yes, mental health is very serious, but you know what? I know a lot of people that have mental health issues that aren't going around killing people and killing themselves. You have to also try to help yourself. And I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, man. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen people who were millionaires that are now broke and homeless. I know two people at least who 10 years ago they were millionaires and living in mansions, and now I see them on the street begging for money, begging for change. There's a young guy that I was working with in the industry about 2006. And, at the end of last year, I saw this guy in the city on the subway, at the subway station, begging for change. And I looked at him and I said, whoa, 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 wait a minute. And I called his name. I'm not going to put his name out there. I called his name out there. Is that you? And you're talking about somebody who was living a lifestyle that was out of this world. He was living a lifestyle of a man, a dream. And he lost everything somehow. And I know mental health is a part of everything, but you know, you can't blame everything on mental health. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing, Modest. I agree. Yes, things are mental health. You know what I mean? Mental health is the girl that just took her own life and jumped off the roof. She didn't take anybody with her. She didn't. I don't know if she had any kids, but she didn't go and take her mother and jump off the roof with her mother. That's mental health. That's depression. A person who she felt as though she was worthless and she didn't want to be in this life anymore. Plus, it came out that a lot of people were cyberbullying her, telling her to kill herself, and she don't know who she is. And so I'm telling you, man, the things on social media, y'all people think that it don't mean nothing. Y'all think that when you talking to these celebrities, look at what just happened with Cardi during the trial. Whether you believe it or not, she had a therapist there with documents that said that she was on 1 to 10 for depression. She was past 10. Now, whether you choose to believe her, whether you think the therapist is lying, the only reason you would think she was lying is because Cardi B is a celebrity. But trust me, it happens all the time. You do not know what is in these people's DMs that can trigger them. You don't understand what some of these, some of the things that people on a daily basis, not just celebrities, people on a daily basis go through. But usually, when it is oh, I'm going to take you to, no, that has nothing to do with mental health, in my opinion. I don't think whenever they start talking about, oh, if I can't have you, I want, and then they want to take you out, and then they don't want to, but they don't want to hang around to see what happens. They don't want to hang around to face the consequence. To me, that has nothing to do with mental health. You meant to murder this person, you're a murderer. So I don't really believe in, mental health on every situation, right? But certain situations, yeah, I definitely believe that it exists. Right. Hey, what's up, Dolly? I mean, I understand things get tough and people, but most of the time when it is that if I can't have you, nobody can have you stuff, nah, nah. I can't blame that on mental health anymore. All right. So I'm not even going to play the rest of that. He ended up cutting off the video after saying, "Oh, this isn't going to end well for anybody." That's not mental health. You're just being an evil person by him saying, "Oh, come get my son." Mental health but he knows enough to say, "Come get my son." He didn't harm his son, right? But he knows I'm gonna leave my son to my grandparents. But he takes the girl out. You can't then come back and say mental health. No, no. You're just a coward and a murderer. I don't hear nothing about mental health. That is disrespectful to the people who is really suffering with mental health. All right. So here's something else we need to talk about. What is going to happen? So here we go, man. And then I'm seeing I don't have any mixed emotions about this whatsoever. We're gonna move on. I have no mixed emotions about this whatsoever. And I could pretty much go to any site because it's pretty much on every single site. So Kanye West is now over the last few days, he's turned up the I'm not gonna call it ratchetness, but he's turned it up a notch on this thing with Kim Kardashian. It started out, I believe it was 2 weeks ago for the child for the birthday party. I believe it was Chicago's birthday party, and he was saying that they were trying to keep him from the party. Turns out that their story was Kanye had already agreed to give them a separate party. I don't know whether it's Psalm, Saint, or Chicago. I get them all mixed up. I don't know who's a boy. I don't know who's a girl. I think Saint is a boy. I'm gonna assume Chicago is the girl and Psalm is a boy. I guess. So yeah, so it was Chicago's birthday. He was saying that they were trying to keep him away from it. Then it turned out that he had already agreed he was going to do a separate party. Then after that, it was I can't get in the house, but Pete Davidson can get in the house, right? I can't get in the house, but Pete Davidson is allowed in the house. So then Kanye West. Now let's be perfectly clear. Let's be perfectly clear. How long ago was it? Just what, 3 weeks? Was it just 3 weeks ago that Kanye was singing specifically Kimberly? How long ago was it? 3 weeks? 3 weeks ago. Y'all can see the picture on can y'all see that on screen? So let's break down exactly what's going on. All right. Let's break down exactly what's going on. And I will tell y'all to the T what is going on. Whether you choose to believe it or not, I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you what I feel as though is going on. All right. And then you can choose to believe it. You can choose to, I know everyone loves rooting against the Kardashians, even when it seems as though it's, it's really nothing that she's doing, right? But they're gonna root against her anyway because she's a Kardashian, right? So let me just remind you before black people or our people or whichever start coming to the defense of Kanye West, let me remind you of what Kanye West has done over the last 4 years, right? So the first thing he did, um, going a little past 4 years, is he totally just disrespected President Obama, right? I know he was mad that Obama called him a JA, you know, but he totally disrespected President Obama and pretty much said that he was a part of this whatever movement that they said was going on, right? With the Democrats. He then sides with Donald Trump after the whole Jay-Z, I mean the whole Beyonce rant happened. Then sides with Donald Trump, right? Now, mind you, mind you, when he got with Kim Kardashian, right? He knew that Kim Kardashian. This is the reason why they always say you need to marry your political party and you need to marry your religion, right? Because somewhere down the line, it ain't gonna work out. So if you need to marry your religion and you need to marry your political party. If you are a Republican, you marry a Democrat, somewhere down the line, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. All right. So, or if you are a atheist and you marry a Christian, somewhere down the line, it ain't gonna work. All right. It may work for a little bit. It may work for a little bit, but somewhere down the line, it ain't gonna work. Okay. So Kanye knew what side of the coin Kim was on when he married her. Now, mind you, for everyone that wants to blame Kim, I will repeat to you the story that is factual. All right? The story that is factual. And the story that is factual is that Kanye West, and this is according to both ex-girlfriends, three of ex-girlfriends, Kanye West has been chasing Kim Kardashian since 2004. Let's please keep that in mind. Since 2004, this man has been chasing Kim Kardashian, right? So, for years, Kim Kardashian just put Kanye West in the friend zone. For years. Friend zone, friend zone, friend zone. All right. So finally, ironically, her sister kind of convinced her to give him a chance. Oh, he worships the ground you walk on, blah, 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 blah. She gives Kanye a chance. Ultimately, ends up getting with him, having the baby, getting married. All right. Now, so when people say, oh, they knew what they married, no. Kanye West, what people saying Kim knows what she married. No, Kanye knows what he married because Kim hasn't changed, right? Kim has not changed. Kanye is the one. Who changed? So for people that say I blame them both, I don't blame them both. You know why? And I'll tell you why. I don't blame Kim Kardashian at all. And this is why. The first thing is you were the one. You were the one who pressed Kim to marry you, right? You were a totally different dude when you married Kim. He was a totally different dude, all right? Totally different dude. Once they got married, he is the one who went on because of his conscience, because of how he got down into the industry. He's the one that had to break down on stage and started ranting about Beyonce and her husband. He is the one who did that. So I'm sorry, I'm not putting anything on Kim Kardashian. You know why? Because Kanye West said, I been trying to divorce Kim Kardashian for years. So Kim Kardashian said, "Oh, you have? Well, this is the first time I'm hearing this. So you've been trying to divorce me for years? I'll tell you what, partner, hold these divorce papers. Hold these divorce papers." Now, let's not forget, Kanye West also did not tell Kim Kardashian about the $53 million in debt that he was either. He kind of threw that on her. Like, by the way, just to let you know, yeah, I'm a millionaire, but I'm not doing as well as I let on. I'm kind of in debt. I kind of in debt. You're in debt? Kanye, how much debt are you talking about? Like 53 million, but it ain't really that, Kim. Kim, it's not really 53 million. It's more like 45. But they just gonna add on the tax. So when you take 45 million and you add the tax on, it's like 53. But I'm really just like 45. So Kim Kardashian, the bad person that she is, according to Kanye, right? The bad person that she is, she then says, he's my husband. His debt is my debt. Allegedly, let me tell you how Kris Jenner gives it up. You talking about Sabbath, you talking about somebody selfish. When allegedly, when she found out he was $53 million in debt, you know what Kris Jenner said? Divorce him now. Divorce him now. Because he is going to be a problem later on. Divorce him now. This is what Kris Jenner told Kim Kardashian, allegedly. When they were living in Chris's house, remember Chris, this bad Chris Jun Oi or Chris Jun Ung, whatever he called her, moved out of her residence and moved Kim and Kanye and North into her mansion while they went and redecorated and rebuilt this house to the way Kanye wanted it. They went and put the mansion up. He bought it, and then he told, I don't like it. No, I don't like this. I can't create. I can't create in a house like this. So they had to go and stay in the mother's house, which the mother allowed, until Kanye West was satisfied with where he was living. So they finally moved out. And Chris allowed them to stay in her house because if they went around the horn and the rest of them were like, honey, you ain't coming to my house. You ain't coming to my house. They asked Kylie. Kylie had bigger. Kylie said, you ain't coming to my house. You're not coming to my house. They said, come on, Kylie. I would do it if it was you. You're not coming to my house. Excuse me. Kylie don't play that shit. So the mother, of course, um, continued to let them stay in her home. She stopped getting dick, everything else. Her and Corey wasn't sleeping together no more. They gave up their room. So, but she told Kim back then to divorce him. She said he's going to be a problem later on. Here's the issue. Kanye is a narcissist. Kanye wants to control the narrative and he wants to say what he wants and wants things done the way he wants it. You know what I mean? When things come up, Kim had to put out a lot of fires for Kanye. She had to give Amber Rose a check when Amber Rose was about to come out with the tea. And Amber Rose said, "Oh, okay. So you had to take 30 showers after me, huh? Okay. You had to take 30 showers after me? Well, guess what? Guess what I had to take after you?" And Kim said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. We don't need to hear none of that. Why don't you come over to my house? We'll take a selfie together. I'll cut you a little check. We can have some hot chocolate and talk this over." And Amber Rose went to Kim Kardashian's house that night with Black China. You can even bring China. You can. I'll even allow you to bring China this one time. So Amber came over there with Black China. China went and talked to Rob. Amber went in there in the house. Next thing you know, they took a selfie. Had some hot chocolate with marshmallow. Now we're not gonna have this conversation again, right? Amber's like, we good. Amber, next thing you know, she goes back to social media and starts apologizing, backtracking. You know how they do. She put a lot of fires out for Kanye West. So was Kanye West under MK Ultra? Sure, he probably was. A lot of them are under MK Ultra. And was he coming out of the MK Ultra on that stage of Sacramento that night? Probably. But then if you're out of the MK Ultra and then you start hanging with Trump, does that mean that's how you always felt? Because they say when you're no longer under MK Ultra, you are saying how you truly feel. It's kind of like no longer being under the influence of alcohol. Alcohol is saying that you say how you truly feel. So, but you're just scared to say it sober. So now they're saying you're no longer under MK Ultra. So when you were saying those things on that stage, and when you said Trump, and when you went and met with Trump, so that's the way you really felt. That's even more scarier. So now Kanye West knows how black people interact and what people feel about the Kardashians. Like I said in my video, if you survey 1 million regular people, not conservative, not Democrats, they're just whatever, white people, let's say white. If you survey 1 million white people, you'll probably get 500,000 that say they don't fuck with the Kardashians. Probably 500,000 say they do. Then you have um, a lot of black women don't really fuck with them, but then there are some that fuck with them. Then most liberal white women, mostly all of them fuck the Kardashians, and there's not really many conservative white women that fuck with them, and most conservative white men do not. Right. So Kanye knows this. He knows how they react to the Kardashians on in the culture. He knows they call them culture votes. He knows that the whole line going around all that time about Kanye's in a sunken place. He knows all of these things. He knows all these things. And the common denominator, the one that turns the tides on everything, whether it's elections, whether it's what we listen to, whether it is what goes number one, that the deciding factor to all communications and entertainment and uh, business and everything in the world is black people. Black people. Black people are the deciding factor. That's the wild card. Black people, if life was spades, black people is the high joker. If you can get black people on your side, just a few, it could turn the tides. Same thing with the election. What was Trump saying? All I need to get is a couple of percent, but if I can just get 2% of the black people, I don't care. As long as it's not just 1%. If 1% of blacks vote for me, I'm not going to win. But if I can get to 2%, I'm going to probably win. And if I can get another 1% just not to vote for Hillary and to put their vote somewhere else, that benefits me, even if they don't vote for me. The reason why this election turned this time is because black people voted that did not vote 4 years ago. That's the only reason why. The only reason why Trump is out of that office is because black people that did not vote 4 years ago voted this time. That's it. End of story. Right. So Kanye then says he's going to run, and that was all because Trump asked him to, because Trump was doing analytics and saying if I can get, he was knowing that the election was not looking good because coronavirus pretty much ended Trump's presidency. So he said if I can get Kanye West to confuse black people, because they're easily confused. You can go look up him saying that years ago and said, "Oh, if I've ever ran for president, I would definitely run Republican." You know what I mean? He said because black people are the easiest people to turn. You can go look him up saying that for all the people that was riding Trump's. You know what? You probably didn't research all the things he said about you know how he's going to run Republican because he knows it's easy to turn black people against each other. So Kanye West, after the slavery comment about slavery as a choice, after he's hurt all these black people from hearing that, saying that, he then went on and called the woman uh, and her mother white supremacists. This is the same woman that got you out of debt and pretty much changed your business life around. And you're calling her mother-in-law, who allowed you to stay in her house for years, you're calling her a white supremacist. Then, then you say Harriet Tubman pretty much was a fraud. Now, the reason why I bring these things up is when this guy starts pandering to blacks, remember all the things this dude said. He was the first one that has ever, that I can remember, black person that called Harriet Tubman a fraud. A fraud. Harriet Tubman, the woman who, me even growing up in school, I've only heard she freed the slaves. She created the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman, one of the greatest black people to ever live. This man said she didn't do nothing. She didn't free no slaves. She just made them go work for more white people. And because he's telling y'all something that the Kardashians are doing, black people are going to run back to his side for this last time. I call BS on everything Kanye is talking about. Everything Kanye is talking about, I call BS on. So now, if you can look on this page, I don't feel like talking about. Okay, here he says Kanye blasts Kim Kardashian's cousin for agreeing with him on his stance on the daughter Northwest being on TikTok, then swiftly asked him about Yeezys. That's funny. Hi, how are you? Hope all is well with you and the kids. I saw your post on Instagram about TikTok and your daughter. I'm happy to share what I know about that since I'm a single mom and I want to keep my kids off the internet. Call me or let me know if you want some information. Hope to see you all soon. I don't feel like talking about it anymore. This is an example of Kim's cousin agreeing with me about TikTok. Then afterwards, her cousin Kara called me saying she agreed with me. Then she will speak publicly, which she never did. Then she suggests I take my medication. My dad didn't have money or a public voice. Kanye is all over the place. So he's now ran to the race card, right? He's down to the race card. They're trying to keep a black man from his children. This is how they do black men. I mean, the whole thing about the TikTok is he's saying that he's calling on social media to help him. He's calling on social media to help him. This is my first divorce. I want to know how um I can get my daughter off of TikTok. They put on TikTok against my wishes. Kanye, let me know. Let me let you in on something, my brother. If that woman is has custody of North, or if you have joint custody of North, unless you take it to a court and then they decide on it in court, you're not going to be able to stop her going on TikTok unless Kim says, "Okay, I'll agree with you." But Kim does not have to agree with you, sir. So what you can do is when you have North in your hands, when the time she comes to see you, don't allow her to get on TikTok. That's it. This is all about Pete Davidson. And Kanye knows after he was singing to her just a month ago, he knows that she said, "No, I'm not going for it anymore. You've had ample opportunity. You've embarrassed me and embarrassed me, embarrassed me. And I asked and begged for you to move out of that creepy, dumbass ranch for months, for years, and you refused to move from there. You wanted to stay out there because there was a bunch of conservatives out there, and you don't want to be around in LA where it was not all conservative. So you stayed out there at that dumbass ranch. You allegedly had women coming out there. Allegedly, you allegedly had women coming to the ranch while you refusing to come live in LA, right? And then now that I said forget it, I'm gonna give you the divorce you've been asking for so long. Now you're dating a chick from LA, and we can't keep your ass out of LA. Why didn't you bring her back to the ranch? So once he sees that she was with Pete Davidson, now all of a sudden he decided to sell the ranch. Yeah, he moved the black chick in. Now that they're divorcing, and one of the reasons you can go back to the old Kardashian show, one of the reasons why they were divorcing, she was like, she was crying, saying, I begging him to come back to home. He refuses to come back. So Kanye, whatever you're begging, it's your own fault, sir. And I know a lot of people that are gonna run this side because he's black and they're trying to do this to the black men. The Kardashians are just as sneaky. Listen, no, nobody else has had an issue with. I'm not saying that this is the same situation. Nobody else has had an issue with their baby mama, as far as the Kardashians go. Kardashians Jenner. Nobody's had an issue with their kids. Now all of a sudden, Kanye got an issue with his kids. I don't want him around my children. That is just classic uh, baby daddy BS. Since I can't control you, I'll use the children and make it seem as though I don't want him around because it's not good for our children. He was a known drug addict. The industry says he's a drug addict. Why would I want him around my kids? Why would you want him around North? Why would you want that bad energy? And but no, but then when she goes out, he then says the nanny's raising them kids. She ain't never home, but she can't stay home because you don't want Pete Davidson coming to the house. So basically, and then you don't want to go on out because you can say the nanny's raising the kids. So basically, you just don't want her around Pete Davidson. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So when he is crying to black people, he knows that black people are a common denominator, and he knows that they love coming for them. He loves coming for them. Now he's gonna make that comment because he's always saying, "Watch, it's coming soon." They mad because I'm no longer in that sunken place. He's gonna play on what black people were saying all those years. They mad because I'm no longer in that sunken place. Like, get out. They had me like, get out in that house. Watch, watch. That's the reason why I wanted to leave LA. And I had to go find Jesus. I had to go find God. Being involved with them, with her and her family in that house and all that negative energy that they bring, emasculating men. Watch, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. He's gonna start playing on that Kardashian curse BS. Look what happened to Lamar Odom. Look what happened to Scott. Look, watch. It's coming. It is coming. Trust me. Trust me. Look what happened to Travis. They now gonna get rid of Travis. Cause Kylie, he gonna bring Kylie up somehow. It's coming. And then the funny thing is, he wants all the black people to come to his side, and he still ain't with a black woman. He just ran from Kim to go get somebody to build them up like Kim. So it's not like he went from Kim to a black woman and said, "This is what I've been missing." At least Lamar tried to do that, but he come to find out that he went and picked a woman just worse than Chloe. That was black. Douchebag has no color. Remember that. Douchebag has no color. So I don't care what happens to Kanye West. I'm be honest with you. Of course, I want nothing, you know, evil to happen, something like death or something like that. Of course. But as far as whether he gets locked up, institutionalized, I really could care less. I'm be honest with you. Could care less. Okay. What else we got here? What else we got? All right. Got definitely talk about this. Next on the docket, on the schedule. Okay. What is going on with Wendy Williams? Are they trying to get rid of Wendy Williams finally? I don't say finally like I want that to happen, but has it come to that? What is happening to Wendy Williams? First of all, she's been out now, what, 2 months? 3 months? 2 months, 3 months that she's been out now, maybe longer. Ironically, right after right after her documentary, I believe. And G believes, G believes that someone put a rook on her, pretty much. She believes that someone performed some sort of witchcraft on her. Because as soon as that documentary dropped, that's when all of a sudden this stuff started happening, I believe. And that documentary dropped five since October. And if you go back, somebody go back and tell me when her documentary dropped. Or that was right after the husband, whether this girl had a baby or the husband saw proposed to her. Something happened with the husband or something. And then next thing you know, Wendy snaps. I don't know whether it's Kevin or not. Maybe Kevin's girl. I don't know. Maybe they got somebody to do it. It doesn't have to be them. But in this industry, man, you can find people there's people that do that all the time. There's these celebrities that go to these people and have them do it. Trust me, it is not far fetched and it's not crazy. All right. So I'm not saying it was him, but I'm sure over the years he knows someone that does it or knows how to get in contact with someone who does it. So I'm gonna get to this article because before it was not really talked about on mainstream media, right? I had only seen it on YouTube. So I didn't speak on it because I'd only saw it on YouTube, right? Sorry for squeaking. But then today I saw it on the Sun, right? And the Sun.com. I mean, they're not the most reliable, but they're pretty reliable. They're pretty reliable. So what seems to be going on is Wendy Williams demands Wells Fargo to unfreeze assets as bank cites financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. Okay. So now, what exactly does this mean, and why would um, Wells Fargo freeze Wendy's assets if that is what's happening? Man, Wendy looks bad. Oh, child. Wendy Williams does not look good, man. She does not look good. Okay. Can y'all see that? Hey, what's up, Thornbirds? So, listen. Can y'all see that article? We're gonna make this article big on the other side. Okay. Unwelcome. Let me see if y'all can see this. Hold on. Y'all can see it, right? Okay. Unwell. Come on, man. Unwell Wendy Williams demands Wells Fargo unfreeze assets as bank cites financial exploitation, dementia, or influence. Wendy Williams is demanding Wells Fargo unfreeze her accounts as the bank suspects financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. Wendy, 57, is really young for dementia, who has been absent from her ep- episomis, whatever the heck that word is. Too many big words today. Episomis daytime talk show since the end of last season in July of 2021 is asking the court for an emergency order requiring Wells Fargo unfreeze her accounts with them. And my God, there's definitely something wrong with you if you walk around with them boots. Her feet probably stink. Okay, so she not appeared since July. In the filing, Wendy asserts that Wells Fargo is in possession of several $1 million worth of funds belonging to the ailing host, and she has been denied access to her funds for more than 2 weeks. Her attorney alleged that Wendy's former financial advisor advised the bank that Wendy was of unsound mind and that Wells Fargo has denied her access to her bank accounts and statements. This is the reason why y'all, if y'all get to the point where y'all come into some money and you're a financial advisor, you do not give a financial advisor that has access to y'all's assets and ones that can literally make themselves power of attorney. Those financial advisors are slick and they will take all your money. So just be careful. Wells Fargo has justified its decision to keep Wendy's accounts frozen by referencing its authority under various client agreements to pause or reject instructions for a proposed transaction, pending judicial or administrative remedies should they suspect financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence, the petition claimed. The host legal team claimed the bank has overreached in its authority, in part because Wendy has not proposed any transaction which should give the bank the discretion to pause or reject access to the account. Her attorney is seeking court orders by allowing her access to her financial accounts, assets, and statements, while her dispute with Wells Fargo is resolved in arbitration. The petition allows that Wells Fargo is in breach in their fidu- fiduciary, whatever, duty, and that the host is suffering imminent and irreparable financial damage. So, what I'm going to assume, judging from this, if this is in fact true, this, what's up, Randall? This financial advisor is going to probably try to get a same type of deal that they had with Britney Spears. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me. The last time I saw Wendy Williams, she was in a wheelchair, but she was still rolling about. It's not like she was bedridden and couldn't move. And like I said, 56 is 57 is really young for dementia. So you have to start thinking, what are they giving Wendy to make her respond like this? And who on the inside is working for them people? Who on the inside is working for them people? That's the way I look at it. Now, you may have your own feelings about Wendy Williams, but I grew up in the era of Wendy Williams when she was the only person spilling celebrity business. And she just came on the scene like, oh man, like stuff that you wanted to know about celebrities. Like she was actually social media before social media existed. And she would come back to the radio show and give it every day. And people tuned in for that. Even with the few things that she did that was absolutely just wrong and tasteless, that doesn't even equate to this. Now, Method Man will probably say different. Method Man will probably definitely say different, but I don't see anything where she deserves something like this, you know? So, right, I don't see any celebrities coming to Wendy's defense because a lot of them are sitting back like they think it's karma. You have to remember, Wendy did not make a lot of friends in the industry. She kind of made some of them back as she got older and went into the talk show. Excuse me, but she had absolutely no friends when she was on radio, right? So she made, like I said, made so I think she had Diddy on her show, whatever, but Diddy got her fired when she was doing radio for New York, right? So I don't understand. So, apologize for the noise in the back. Um, this seems to me, like I said, a strong move from upstairs, where they're trying to strong arm her out. And if you look at her show since she's been out, they are pretty much just taking a mock at black people and what her show is about, the culture that her show brings, because they're having guests on there that are nothing like the culture Wendy brings. So they're bringing guests on there that they know don't fit purposely. They're bringing guests on that they purposely know do not fit, and they are trying to. Yeah, they're trying. This is Black History Month. You would figure they would get some black people on there, and what are they doing? They bring on Michael Rappaport. They're bringing on this Leanna Remy or whatever her name is. They're bringing these people on that they know are not going to further the culture or confide to Wendy's core audience, which is the black, you know, middle-aged woman. You know what I mean? That's the black demographic. They're not doing anything like that. And what they're doing is they're going to make the show, they're going to end up being the cause of the show getting canceled. They're bringing a celebrity, they're not giving any tea on the show and what's going on, you know? So I believe that Wendy Williams time might be up, unfortunately. And they might hit her with that. Unfortunately, you might be hearing some bad news about Wendy Williams this year. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Let's see what else we got. So here's something else that's going on. Let's move on. Prayers up to Wendy Williams. They're saying that the son is supposedly have power of attorney. However, They're not even unfreezing for him. Now, I don't see how that's even legal if he has power of attorney and they're still not opening up the accounts for him. That doesn't seem right. But stay tuned for more. We're gonna see if I believe that the lawyers are trying to get them to open up the accounts for the son, and Wendy Williams can't be that dumb. There's no way that this is the only bank she has. I mean, there's no possible way, right? No possible way. All right, so this is gonna trigger a couple of people. I'll explain to you what I mean. Moving on. Moving on, y'all. Mm, let me bring this in. So Rihanna, excuse me, guys. Rihanna pretty much is not putting out, did not put out this R9. Doesn't look like she's putting the R9 out anymore. The person you are looking at, you may think you're looking at Rihanna. When you look at it real quick, you'll be like, oh, Riri, right? For the people who say, oh no, they knew it wasn't Riri, that you don't lie. Excuse me. When you look at her quickly, you think you're looking at Rihanna. You cannot tell me that if you were just prancing through IG, you can't tell me you would not think that's Rihanna. You would. Right. We know it's not Rihanna, but what I'm saying, Reese, is if you were just scrolling through your Instagram and not really looking, you would not say, oh, okay, Drake, Kanye, Rihanna lookalike. Blah, blah. No, 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 no. You would have to stop and look and really see. But because if you were doing this fast, I know I would, and I know Rihanna, right? Of course, I love Rihanna. Been following Rihanna forever. But however, if I'm scrolling fast down the timeline and I happen to go past a Rihanna fan page and this picture's on it, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, that's a Rihanna lookalike." I'm not gonna be able to tell. Right? That's what I'm saying. So this person now, there are two others now popping out of nowhere. On Twitter, there was two other Rihanna. I guess because this person came out and they're a Rihanna lookalike or they imitate Rihanna or what have you. But this is how it starts. Just for people that did not know. When you get replaced in the industry, right? When they replace you, allegedly, that's who they find to replace you. People who are already doing Rihanna lookalikes, people who do it for a living, people who are in other countries and have not spent time in the US. Allegedly, that's who they get to replace these people. Now, again, you can listen to what people in the industry say. You can take heed to it. You can say it's BS. I mean, that's solely up to you. But the thing is, the reason why I wouldn't be so quick to call it BS is because more than one person in the industry that's actually been in the industry has said it and has said that they have replacements for you. When you stop going along with what they want, they're going to go and get, and especially if they think they can still make money off of you. And Rihanna is still a moneymaker, right? Rihanna's still a moneymaker. When they feel as though you're still a moneymaker and you're not going along with what they say, what they're going to do is they're going to go find someone who will. They're going to find someone who will. So I'm not necessarily saying that this woman is going to be Rihanna's replacement. What I'm saying is that just let with two more allegedly out there, that just lets you know there are some people who can pass for Rihanna. Look at the person that's Britney Spears. If that isn't Britney Spears, if that is people say that ain't Britney Spears. Well, she passed. If it is not Britney Spears, she was someone who passed enough for her all these years. If they a lot of people say that's not really the old Eminem. Well, he was close enough. If that isn't Eminem, he's close enough in looks for for the past as Eminem. The old rumor about Paul McCartney, that was the first major celebrity that was rumored to be replaced. The dude that they rumored to replace Paul McCartney was a Paul McCartney lookalike. So that's why they get people that is looks like them and are used to acting like them. Mhm. Because they definitely have. Like I said, whenever I start talking about this, I always say if the song is still out there, a lot of times they remove it from YouTube and they don't let it stay up. If the song is still out there, go check out the song Bend Over by B.O.B. Now, B.O.B. was about to blow up. He had the big song with Bruno Mars. He had a big song with Bruno Mars. That was huge. So B.O.B. was getting ready to blow up. Then he put out the Bend Over song and mentioned about the Royals and how every time around the same time kids go missing in London. And he basically told him that, of what you have to agree to get a big record deal and to be a big movie star. You have to agree that they will find a clone for you. You have to agree to that. Now, those are the words of B.O.B. They're not the words of Heaven Hollywood. But you're talking about B.O.B. who was in the industry at the time under a record contract. So what would be his reason for lying about something like that? There really would be no reason for him lying. Rihanna can't buy herself out of the industry because all of that money is not Rihanna. See, this is what y'all don't understand. Let me explain to y'all. Okay. Rihanna company, when you combine her with her company, she's a billionaire. But if she was to, that means she would have to liquidate her company, right? That company and Rihanna together is worth $1 billion. She's a billionaire. But Rihanna, without that company, her net worth was not a billy. She was not a billy with that company. Before she added a company, she was at about 300 million. So now you start saying, okay, well, just sell the company. But all of the company is not hers. She only owns 49% of the company. And Jay Z also has money invested in Fenty. See, people get mad when I say it, but it's the actual truth. Before she sold it, the difference between Kylie and Rihanna is that Kylie invested all of her own money into Kylie Cosmetics. Rihanna had investors. So that's why Kylie was 99% owner before she sold her percentage. She was 99% owner. One of the persons I think had like a percentage. And then she finally bought that person out. So she was 100% owner of Kylie Cosmetics because she invested her own money from flipping the mansions that she had earlier in life. When she's at 17, and then she got another when she was 20, and then she flipped both those mansions for more money. And then she took those mansions that she flipped and invested it into Kylie Cosmetics. Rihanna has two or three other people that are invested with her. Those are just the facts. So Fenty is not all Rihanna's. Again, I'm going to say this one last time. You can agree with it. You don't have to agree with it, but I know what I'm talking about. Fenty is not all Rihanna's. And all of that money that is invested in Fenty, Jay-Z's got some invested in it, along with some other people. That is not all Rihanna's. And if you're talking about buying yourself out of the industry, you're going to pretty much talk about she's going to have to spend a lot of her own money, and not a lot of them like doing that. Then when you do that, they're pretty much going to take their marketing, they're going to take their promotion, they're going to take their international promotions team, they're going to take away their international marketing, and they're going to say, okay, you're so big and bad, do it on your own. And not a lot of them can do that. Not a lot of them can do that. And no, again, when you're used to spending other people's money, when you're used to spending other people's money, it's a shark reality when you all of a sudden you got to go into your pocket and spend your own money. You got to hire your own personal stylist. You got to hire your own chef. It's no longer the chef from your record label or from Rock Nation. It's no longer the promotion team or the marketing team from your companies. Now you're going to have to pay for it. It's a big difference. Ask Jennifer Lopez. And they're going to tell you owe us another album or two or three. I don't know how many albums she owes. You better come up off them albums. You think you're just going to run off and get married and run off into the sunset? And after all we've contributed to your success after we gave you that company and your net worth went from 275 million to 600 million in roughly 2 years, and then you went from 600 million to a billionaire, and you think you're just going to run off into the sunset and marry ASAP Rocky and just leave us with no music that we signed on for you to do? No, 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 no. It's not the way it works. And you know that's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. Now, if you want to buy your way out, that's what she would wanted Hassan for. That's when Hassan would have came in handy. That's why she tried so hard to hang on to him. Hassan would have been able to do that and not even bat an eyelash because he is a billionaire. He's a billionaire without the company. Added the company added on, he's worth 2 or 3 billion. But Hassan is a real billionaire. He's not a Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, um, Rihanna billionaire. Hassan's a real billionaire. Not saying that Kim, Kanye, and Rihanna aren't real billionaires, but their personal net worth is not $1 billion. Their net worth plus their company's net worth or estimated net worth is over $1 billion. Like Kanye West said, he's worth $4 billion. You really think Kanye West got $4 billion in the bank? No. I mean, you can get out. She can pay it. She can buy a way out if she wants. But then you just can't. All those messes that you may make, they're not going to defend you no more. They're not going to come and put them fires out. You're no longer going to have that marketing. You're no longer going to have that push. You're no longer not going to have that, you know, whatever the case may be, that assist playlisting without you, with you just really just telling the company, "Oh, I'm dropping an album. I'm gonna drop the album on what date can I drop the album on? Or you can drop it on whatever, whatever. Okay, I'm dropping the album that day." And then they'll say, "Okay, we'll get to work." No, it's not gonna be that anymore. It's not gonna be that anymore. So Dolly, yes, she can get out. It all depends on how much people are willing to give up. Like Missy Elliott. You think Missy Elliott wanted to just stop making music? She was still relatively young, right? Anybody ever think, why did Missy just stop making music? I'm just gonna quit. She tried to use the thing about the her health. Her health has been fine for years. Health has been fine for years. So unfortunately, these celebrities, as much as they try to say God and Jesus and they're this and that, there is something demonic that you had to indulge in to get to become a superstar. Allegedly. I'm not going to say for sure. All I can say is a whole lot of people in the industry have said it. You can choose to believe them. You can think they're lying. But you have to think people that are in the industry and they're making money from the music industry, why would they go and jeopardize their career for a lie? Why would they jeopardize their career? Why would Little Mo come on my radio show and say, you have to stay in prayer? She says, that's all I'm going to say. I can't say too much because I want to wake up tomorrow. This came right out of her mouth. You can probably research it on Dollhouse Radio. It was about a year. It was about 8 years ago, but she said, I'm going to watch what I say because I want to wake up tomorrow. But you know, you get to pick the evil side, or you can pick the Jesus side. And I chose to pick the not evil side, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now instead of singing. Now, that's some of our own words, and Lil Mo was somebody who they were trying to pin to be the next Mary J. Blige, right? They were pinning Lil Mo to be the next Mary J. Blige. Even Mary J. Blige came out of her mouth and said this Aaliyah death was more than just an accident. She was like, "No, this seems like some sort of evil sacrifice type thing. This seems more than just some accident." And they really came down on Mary J. Blige for saying that, because after Mary J. Blige said that, all those issues with them public issues would have happened. Public humiliation, drug issues, fighting in hotels, financial problems. They stopped paying her for a while. She didn't see checks for about 2, 3 months. Then they started back. Like they were trying to silence her for running her mouth. So Mary J. Blige, after that, she's never really said anything else. And then when someone brings it up again, like, you know, back when Aaliyah died, and she's like, oh, I was just in the moment. It was a tragedy, and when you asked you that person people that question, and then I was in the moment. I really shouldn't have said that. Blah blah blah. Had no proof. Blah blah blah. So now her answer's a little different if you ask her now. Yep, her answer's a little different if you ask her now. They said you said on television that Aaliyah's death wasn't really an accident. You thought it was like some sacrifice. Oh, that was so long ago. We was all in our feelings. We was all in our emotions. That Leah had just passed, and this and the other. I really didn't have any proof for that. I really shouldn't be saying those things without proof. So and so and so. So she kind of backtracked, right? She kind of backtracked, but we'll see. Rihanna is going to marry ASAP Rocky, which I believe she will. I'm here for it. I like ASAP Rocky personally. A lot of people don't like ASAP Rocky, but I like ASAP Rocky personally. And I believe they will get married, but I'm just letting you know there is a lot of Rihanna replacements running around here. Now, if you want to talk about industry replacements, we've already discussed that. There have already been people picking up the slack that Rihanna is strictly seems like she's strictly Fenty Savage now. But there has been a lot of other women picking up the brand deals or what have you. We already see that her replaced Alicia Keys. That's already established. Sorry for the noise in the back. We've already established that her obviously replaced Alicia Keys. They pushed Alicia right on out. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your work, but we no longer need you. We got a younger you that does the exact same thing that you do. So you can take all your Jesus loving self and get up out of here. If you open your mouth, that'll be the last time you open your mouth. Keep your mouth shut. Keep whatever little money you got. If you want to go out on tour, make sure you throw it up a couple of times a year. Push the, keep on pushing that by bisexual agenda, even though she's lesbian, allegedly. But keep putting the bisexual agenda. Swizz Beats is allegedly bisexual. So don't run your mouth. Keep on pushing the agenda. Throw it up a couple of times a year, and then we'll let you get a tour. You can have a tour, get some money, but you know that's basically how it is. Her is getting Grammys, and you don't even know she had records out. So that's why this if Sweetie is putting out a record with her on Friday, watch it get Grammy nominated, and people gonna be mad at Sweetie again. I know that they definitely have records. I know that they're cool because they're both from the Bay. So when Sweetie put that record out with her, and it is Grammy nominated, and they win a Grammy, y'all gonna be mad at Sweetie boy, and I'm gonna be here for it, laughing my ass off. Go ahead, Sweetie, got us a rap. Oh boy. Oh man. Let me try to get rid of this thing. I thought her was from the Bay. Yep. Alicia's album flop. Alicia's album flop. When your husband's files are deactivated, they're both deactivated. Swiss is deactivated too. Shit. But he still got his little thing going with. Of course, he got his thing going with verses, so he's still doing his little symbolisms or whatever. Hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on. Oh boy, too much. Hold on. Do 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 do. Let's see something here. All right. So we still need to get into. I know y'all see. I don't want to. I don't want to hit y'all with I told you so's, but I told you so. Oh man, I don't want to hit y'all with I told you so, but I told you so. Um, Listen. Give me a second, guys. I know y'all see Well, for all of the Nicki fans, I know y'all see what's taking place on Twitter. Because I know y'all are into the Twitter and y'all are into this, you know, number one chase with the new song, which is doing very well. The song, I don't know where it is on YouTube, but so they say it was only 17,000 or 18,000 downloads away from securing number one. How they know that, I have no idea. But I'm just going to take their word for it because I'm not going to be doing all that. However, then I'm minding my business and people start sending me this Doja Cat stuff. And we'll get into that. We'll get into that. All right, guys. And we are back. Heaven Hollywood Experience. It's the Heaven Hollywood Podcast. The IE Network is the network. So we're going to see here. Now, everyone that follows me, my lives, that have been following me from the beginning, right? Hold on. Everyone that's been following my lives from the beginning, okay, that has actually really been following me from the beginning, has been rolling me from the beginning. Um, you'll know that I am a huge Nicki Minaj fan, right? I don't have to explain to people again my affiliation with Nicki Minaj. you know, it is the entertainment business. One time, many years ago, through my cousin and through these two twins, so I'll never say whether they're men or women. I probably slipped and said it one time before, so if y'all remember, you just remember. Through these two twins and through my cousin, I had the privilege of sitting in the studio with her a couple of times. This is before Pink Friday. So I've always been a fan of her music. I've always been a fan of her hustle. Always been a fan of what she does. I don't know her personally. I mean, just because you have met people before, that don't mean you own them person. That don't mean you know them personally. So out of the 4 times or so that I've been around Nicki Minaj, she may have said 5 words to me, right? Which was perfectly fine. At least one of the words she didn't say to me was "get out" because she didn't know me. She could have just threw me out, but she let me rock. So that was cool. So whenever I give commentary, what people seem to get misconstrued is that whenever I give commentary on Nicki Minaj, it's coming from a place of I love Nicki Minaj, you know. So, but at the same time, I'm always going to keep it 100. Like that's what people aren't going to. People, they think because I I don't pander that I hate Nicki Minaj, which I do not. So this record that came out, no, but excuse me, before the record, I talked about Doja Cat. Everybody knows who Doja Cat is. Doja Cat to me is the pop star. People get so mad at me. Doja Cat is the pop star. What is she on? RCA? What's her record label? Oh my god. What's her record label? RCA? I don't know what Doja Cat's on. But I see on my Twitter the Barbz out here working real hard, right? They're working real hard to get Nicki this number one. And I have been saying forever that this girl is not a rapper. Very talented. She ain't no rapper, right? But everyone said, yes, she is. Yes, I am a rapper. Yes, she is a rapper. All of the fans that's caping for Doja Cat said, yes, she is a rapper, right? So now I see this tweet that says Doja Cat's Need to Know has surpassed Nicki Minaj's Do We Have a Problem for streams, right? And then and she is the female rapper with the most streams, right? And now people are hitting us with that's a rap song. She's a rapper. Oh, now she a rapper? If that a rap song. When it's your convenience, now you don't want it to be a rap song. See, this is what I was telling y'all before to watch out for. This is what I was telling for this. This is what I was saying to watch out for. This chick is not a rapper. And white people, like I said, in the industry, not saying me, not saying the fans, the white people that run this thing in the industry, they look at Doja Cat as a white girl because she runs her ship like a white girl. She acts like a white girl. All her close friends are white. She don't date black guys, allegedly. She's got that white girl quirkiness thing, and she, you know what I mean. She doesn't. If you just look at her real quick, I mean, it's all about what you look like. It's about what you look like. You know what I'm saying? They used to always say, even though Mariah Carey's mixed, they used to always say, "Oh, Mariah Carey's the white Whitney Houston." You see what I'm saying? She's the white Whitney Houston. Came out, married a white man. So they used to always think of Mariah Carey as white. So Doja passes Nicki on Nicki's new song. Doja had been rapping, but the Barbz ignored it. Nicki was the number one spot now. No number one record. It makes sense because, and then the Get Into It Yeah has more video views than Nicki's record. And the reason why it does is because there was that rumor about Nicki being in the Give It To Ya video. And Doja Cat knew she was not going to be in that video, yet she never came out and said a damn thing. Why? Why should she? Why should she? She's going to use this to her advantage. If they think Nicki's going to, I never said she was going to be in the video. But if they think she's going to be in the video, I'm going to let them think it because that's going to get me streams and that's going to get me views because they think Nicki's going to be in the video. Can't blame Doja Cat. Can't blame Doja Cat. So now you see Doja Cat fans, Cardi fans, Megan fans. And like I said, I'm not. They want me to do a video, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to get in the way of Nicki's rollout. And if that's what she wants to do, that's cool. Let her do it. I think she should. But now all I see in my DMs is, oh, wait a minute. What happened to little Miss? These bitches time TikToking, better stick to dancing. So they're saying not little Miss, I don't do TikTok, hiring TikTok dancers. So you got TikTok dancers at your house putting together a dance for a song that ain't even out yet? But you was the one saying you don't do TikTok. And people want me to make a video about it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because if Nicki wants to do a TikTok video, she has every right. Everyone else uses TikTok. She has a right to use TikTok as well. But I'm only telling you what I get. Oh, so you got people creating TikTok dances, right? So, and then the other thing they brought up is also not Little Miss. I don't have to pander to blogs and I don't have to put blogs in my back pocket. Reaching out to little blog sites and little YouTube channels and doing interview with YouTube channels that only got 6,000 subscribers and going on mob radio and shouting out Black Tea blog. You know she creamed in her pants. Let's just keep it 100%. You know Black Tea blog came on herself. If Nicki Minaj did mention her, she said that I think she said Nicki Minaj knows who I am. You know Black Tea blog squirted. Ah, oh man. So that's what the people say. So now the Doja Cat people, all I'm saying is this, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Doja Cat is going to stop Nicki Minaj from getting number one. However, this is all I'm saying to you because I'm seeing now the comments of people saying, but that's not a rap song. But she's not a rapper. No, 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 no. You have to keep that same energy. That's the one thing that I always do. I keep the same energy. And that's all I want people to do. Y'all said Doja Cat was a rapper. You get on me every time I make a video and say she's not. You come in my comments, you come in my DM. Oh, what are you talking about? Doja Cat's a rapper. So when they start saying we need, they already did it with Eminem. They already did with Eminem. They arguably made Eminem to the point where he's saying he's the rap god. They arguably can say they got the greatest rapper ever, and he's white. They are going to start calling Doja Cat, with y'all's help, the queen of rap. Why? Because she is using pop fans and pop numbers, and she's going to crush. Let me run that to you again. She will crush rap numbers because she's got a pop fan base and she's making pop music, but y'all are putting her as a rapper. So just warning you. I've been warning you because Doja Cat's numbers, they're gonna double the regular rappers' numbers. They're gonna double these regular rappers' number. And again, Doja Cat doesn't have a second number one because look at who Doja Cat has been going up against. Go back to when Planet Her came out. Go back to when Planet Her came out. Doja Cat has been right in the middle of Taylor Swift, Adele, Dua Lipa, Olivia Rodrigo, Ariana Grande. So so she she's been in some steep competition. The Weekend. So she's been in the middle of some steep competition. Now the number one that she got, I would probably agree because that song was not going to number one. I think it was like number three, and then it started heading down. Yes, she only got number one because of Nicki, but you're gonna have to remember Nicki doesn't have a number one on her own either. You see what I'm saying? So they could say the same thing. That's why 6ix9ine, when he said it, everyone got mad at him, right? When he said Nicki got her number one because of me. My record was already hot. I was already hot. My first record that I put out by myself should have went number one, but they robbed me. So when you're in a collaboration, you really can't say one did more than the other. You know, I can truly say that Say So remix helped Doja Cat go to number one because I think it was at like number three, and then I think it was trending down, and then she came out with a remix, got to number one. I can definitely truly say that because of Beyonce, Savage went to number one because it wasn't going to go hit number one. So I do give her kudos for that. But Doja Cat is getting all these accolades and breaking all these records. Oh, she's the number one streaming rapper on Spotify. That's because she ain't making rap music. And pop music is pop music is going to sell and is going to sell and chart more than rap music. So she getting those type of bags, no pun intended. And shout out to my radio. She posted that because I gave her that. If y'all remember, I made a video telling y'all that Megan was going to be doing Super Bowl Super Bowl ads, and Doja Cat will probably be as well. Cardi B was supposed to do it as well, but I'm not sure whether they did or not. But you can expect to see Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, and Sweetie in commercials for the Super Bowl, and probably Cardi B. So that's the reason why I said the song. From what I'm seeing, a lot, and people want me to. I'm not going to get into the Barb's tactics, techniques, whatever. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't even explain. Like I don't understand what they're doing. Remember, I got out of the music industry before streaming really became a part of it. So all this stuff that's going on right now, I'm gonna need Dolly or some new person to explain to me what they're doing, what these streaming parties do. Like they're donating to other people. Like I don't know what is going on. People hit me up like, "Oh my God, do you see what they're doing? This isn't fair. They're cheating. They're trying their best to get Nicki at number one. They're buying it. They're donating money." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? I have no idea." Um, I thought Dolly Parton. I thought Dolly Parton been in the Hall of Fame. I'm shocked. That it's definitely well deserved. Eminem, I could see. Just kidding. But Dolly Parton, she's like 80. I thought Dolly Parton would have been in the Hall of Fame, but definitely deserves getting the Hall of Fame. Dolly Parton is the queen of country. Excuse me. She's the queen of country without a doubt. So kudos to Dolly Parton. Glad they give her flowers while she can still smell them. Because she is 80. Still look good too with them big old titties. Why are people mad about that? They don't want Nicki to get the number one that bad? Well, no. Because what you have to remember, you're gonna have to remember, Bree. This mostly Cardi and Megan fans, and probably Doja Cat fans, probably a little bit of Doja Cat fans, because when Megan drops and Cardi drops, to be fair, the Barbs do the same thing the other way. They're waiting for it to flop so they can jump on it, flop, That's what it's become now. The fan bases are more concerned about when other people drop than they do when their fave drops. I'm seeing just as many, not just as many, because there's more Barb's than Cardi fans and Megan fans, but I'm seeing a lot of Cardi fans on the thread. I'm seeing a lot of Megan fans on the thread because they're saying song's gonna flop. So they're just it's oh my god. If you want comedy, just go to chart data, and when they say, "Oh, it was number such and such on iTunes," and then go into the comments. That is the funniest stuff you'll ever read. I mean, these people are nuts, absolutely nuts. You know what I mean? So, and the things that I read, the things that I was reading, like I'm like I don't know where I was. I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. I just didn't know it was that bad. Um, but you did have when Cardi dropped up, you know, and this is when I got into the thing about the Barb's first the Beehive. The Beehive only care about Beyonce. They don't they don't go and jump on Rihanna's timeline and say don't stream Rihanna's music. They don't care. They just care about streaming Beyonce's music. But when Up came out, I saw it with my own eyes, just like how I'm seeing right now with Nicki's music coming out. I saw Barb's having streaming parties for Olivia Rodrigo. Stream driver's license because driver's license was the song that was number one, and at that time, Up was number two. No, not just now. When Up was out a year ago, when they dropped Up, right? And Up had a chance to go to number one. It was at number two. It debuted at number two. And then I saw Barb's having streaming parties saying, we cannot let her get number one. Stream driver's license. They were having streaming parties for Olivia Rodrigo. And that is a fact. That is a fact. I witnessed it with my own eyes. That is a fact. But then the only reason Cardi got, to be honest with you, Up started, Up had fell to eight. And then the reason that Cardi got that number one is because she did the performance. Because Up had fell down to eight. It was in the top 10 for like 5 or 6 weeks in a row. It fell to eight, and then she did the performance, and then the TikTok videos kicked in. So when she did the performance, it shot up, and then the videos took it to number one. But it was in the top 10 for almost 3 months. So it's crazy, man. These people out here are nuts. But just wanted to talk about those few things. That should be it. Um, if you like the record, go stream it. Oh man, if you don't like the record, just you know, don't try to go stream other people's records like just to purposely not let Nicki get number one. Let the woman get a number one, man. If she deserves the number one, let her get a number one. I don't know about all this stuff. They're like, oh, but they're cheating. They shouldn't deserve. I don't know what's cheating and what ain't because I really don't understand what these streaming parties do. I thought you can only stream like I don't know whether so if you go and put your video player on loop, right? Does Let me ask somebody something. Does YouTube count as streaming? Because, like I said, I left the industry before. Yeah, the stand bank, like what? So YouTube counts as streaming. All right, so you can sit. Okay, so let me ask somebody this. If y'all know. See, y'all young folks know this stuff. Like I said, I've been in the industry. It was real sales. Like you had to go to the record store and take your money out. Right? Okay. So you can go on YouTube and then just hit loop. Right? You go on YouTube and hit loop, and it just go over and over. Oh, so you don't think YouTube views count? Ah, so then she's releasing other versions allegedly in a shorter video. Okay, so hold on. No, well, Bohale, that's not really what the industry wants because if you notice, they keep trying to change. They change the rules. If that's what they wanted, if that's what they wanted, they wouldn't keep changing the rules. Yeah, I see a lot of Nicki fans are complaining, saying they knew Nicki was coming out. That's why they changed the rules again. You have to play 2 to 3 songs in between. And you have to listen to the record for at least first 30 seconds. Yo, what is all this nonsense? And when you stream from Apple Music or Spotify, you have to do the same. You can't replay. Oh my goodness. Wait. Like I said, man, I jumped I got in the industry in about 2006. This was not even a thought at that time. So I don't know what the hell is going on with this streaming. Stan Bank. They got all these crazy ass. That's why the artists get paid pennies. Lauren, bots. They changed the rules because of B2S. B2S. Legend Nicki is on over 200 playlists. Don't know if that's true. So no excuse next time. Yeah, so if she's on 200 playlists, if she's got playlisting, if she got the same management as this dude that manages Doja Cat, this Sal dude or whatever. So if she's on over 200 playlists, like there's no excuse this time. Everyone always says, "Oh, she doesn't get playlisting. Oh, she got blacklisted. Oh, so if she's on over 200 playlists and they're talking about she only needs 18,000 downloads to get that number one spot. Like I said, I don't know how they figure that out. These kids know how to figure all this stuff out. I'm sorry, I'm not that invested. I'm gonna look on the charts when it come out, and if it's number one, it's number one. But I know a lot of people are complaining, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Billboard," and damn, it's not that serious. I do remember though, a couple of years ago, they took away 6ix9ine's number one record. And whatever that record was, I wanna go sit down, get down with the twin sisters. They took that number one record away and gave it to Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. And they said, oh, his streaming numbers were manipulated. They just didn't want to see themselves losing to 6ix9ine. So we'll see. I gave it a 7, Zoe. When I ranked the record, I thought the record was like a 7. which is good. Those are good records. Um, the video was cool. Visual. It's just got a little lengthy and a little corny for me at the end. Like with the what's the fucking procedure? I'm like, okay, that's set it off. Like, all right, and I just didn't think that whole end mixed with the video. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, the cliche. She's gonna. That's like the power. Like like in the mode of power. She was a dirty cop at the end. She was the mold or what have you. So I'm just saying, like for the first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, the video's cool, but it took away a lot of momentum from the song, so it was all right. And then I went and listened to the song. Now I don't watch the video anymore. I watch the video for the first time for Nick to just to see Nicki's booty, and then see how thick she was, and then for the visuals or whatever. But I haven't watched the video fully since the first time. But I've listened to the song a few times, and it's a good song. Like I said, it's not better than Seeing Green, but it's a good record. So we'll see. Yeah, it's not Seeing Green. Seeing Green to me was a 9 point. Seeing Green was almost a 10 to me. Seeing Green was like between a 9 and a 9.5. I think the only thing that did not make Seeing Green a 10 is I needed Drake to go just as long as Nicki and Wayne. And I think Drake's verses, if Drake wouldn't have came in, um, part of praise of being rich and nigga, just rap. Like I think Drake ended up cutting off some of his lyrics because he come in, you know, part of that is being rich and you can try to afford to be dramatic. Y'all some John Cream for real. It's all good. We in this bitch. You not listen to the best nigga rap. Like he he took off lines he could have used. If he had just as long a verse as Nicki and Wayne, I think the song would have been a 10. Because that song was amazing. And I already broke down his lyrics, so we ain't got to go back over that. You know how I feel about Drake when he raps. When he raps, okay. Y'all can play around with that boy if you wanna. When he raps, nah, you better go get Jay-Z. Cause that boy don't be playing. Like I said, when I'm not talking about God's plan and tomorrow has sex, okay? I'm not talking about that Drake. I'm not talking about that Drake. That's the sixth God. I'm talking about Drizzy Drake. When he's Drizzy Drake, like 9 p.m. in Dallas, Drizzy Drake, and 5 p.m. in Toronto, 5 a.m. in Toronto, when he's Drizzy Drake, y'all niggas better get Jay-Z. For real. If Seeing Green would have had a video, it would have definitely went to number one. That's without a doubt. If Seeing Green would have had a video, um, it would have went to number one. It's just that when dude raps, like when he's Drizzy Drake, he's gonna say something that you never fucking heard before. Excuse my language. He's gonna say something that you never heard before. A lot of people have metaphors that like they use it different ways, but you've heard people use the metaphors before. But when Drake raps, he's gonna say something that you're like, what? This dude, you know? Right. That's the Drake I'm talking about. The whole you can load up a gun with bullets that fire backwards and probably wouldn't lose a single rapper. That I'm talking about that Drake. You know, if you was use a blank in the middle of the curse word, thank you. You can load up a gun with bullets that fire backwards and probably wouldn't lose a single rapper. See, people didn't get that. A lot of people didn't get that. A lot of people didn't get that. hmm Niggas make threats, can't hear them over the laughter. Ah, because I'm headed to the bank, nigga. It's a natural lifestyle. I'm just being frank with you. That boy, bad boy. Don't mess with that boy. All right, yo. Yes, he does have many ghostwriters. He does not have many ghost. Those are not ghostwriters. Y'all kill me with that. That is not a ghostwriter. Those are collaborators that he collaborates on songs with. A lot of people have them. But as far as writing his bars, Quentin Miller wrote wrote a verse on um Rolling Through the Six. Drake wrote the second verse. He wrote a verse on the other song. Drake wrote the second verse. And he wrote a verse on the Meek Mill song. Drake wrote the second verse. So Quentin Miller got his credit for his collaboration, but you don't know what people are collaborating on if you go look at these rappers, go look at these records, and go look under writers. It's never just the rapper. Not anymore. Not anymore. Because they're putting together songs. That don't mean that they're getting their bars written. But then again, I've been over this already before. Y'all would be shocked. That's all I would say. Y'all would be shocked if you knew what took place in a studio to complete a record. Y'all would be absolutely shocked. All right? That's how I'm going to end that. Yeah, so Drake wrote for Wayne before. Corinne Steffens, but that and everybody said Wayne is a genius. But Drake has written for Wayne before. Kanye West has written. He pretty much wrote the song Lucifer for Jay Z. He pretty much wrote that song, and Jay Z is considered by some people as the goat. You know, I already explained to people about the song that Tretch the first verse of the song "If I Die Tonight" that Tretch wrote for Tupac. Everybody on the inside knows that. It just never went public. See, Drake ain't the first one that collaborated on lyrics. He's just the first major name that got caught. The other guys just didn't get caught because they didn't have bitch niggas like Meek Mill jealous and bitch niggas like DJ Drama mad because Drake smashed their chick to release the reference tracks. There's a whole lot of dudes. That's why when that happened, that's why it didn't really affect Drake that much because there was every rapper was like, you'd be shocked if you knew how many dudes get tracks from him. They just didn't get caught. That's all. They just didn't get caught. Yeah, that song is hot with Papoose, Wayne, Bus Center, and Remy. That's hot. Remy, Remy Martin is so funny. I don't know why I laugh. I don't mean to laugh at Remy Martin, but for some reason she just makes me laugh. I couldn't like, not that she looks that bad now. I know she worked on her body or whatever, and then she did something to her face. I'm not sure what. I could never picture myself sleeping with having sex with Remy Martin. She's just so manly. Like she just she has no sorts of femininity or whatever whatever the word is. She has no sorts of feminine in her at all. I just can't. I could never pull my shit out and be like, "Yeah, baby, bend over, get these back shots." Nah, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. What up, Darius? Yeah, she's famous against the one battle against Luck that she shouldn't have won that either. She shouldn't have won the battle against Lady Luck because she repeated her bars. Her bars were hot. She was getting, bitch, I'm strictly dickly. You strictly dykely. This bitch really like me, but I'm strictly dickly. This broad is strictly dykely. That was a hot line. She said she had a hot bar in there, but Remy repeated her bars, so she should have lost. I think this bitch really like me, but I'm strictly dickly. This hoe is strictly dykely. And then she said, I roll with, I am. She said some wild shit. My whole crew is niggas that abuse their wifeys. I said, "No, that's a flex." She said it like it was a flex. She said, "Our whole crew is I roll with niggas that abuse their wifeys." She said it like it was a flex. I said, "Oh my god, Remy, yo." So real quick, since I see people talking about, it, we'll get into Power finale, and then talk about Force real quick for the people who saw it. So, if you, I'm just telling you right now, spoiler alert, if you have not seen it yet, if you're still a square and you wait for it to come on at 9 o'clock, shame on you. Leave the room now. Leave the room now. I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'll tell you this, man. I can't stand Courtney Kemp. I really can't. So on the Power finale, the first thing we wanted to find out is, did Effie really kill Lauren? And I believe that Effie took Lauren to Kane. And I believe Kane set up this apparent car crash. They're just killing off children like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just so crazy. They're just killing off people. This freaking this freaking campus, right? This is the thing that I don't get about Power. This is the thing I don't get. This campus got more dead bodies left on it than Camp Crystal Lake, and this fucking school is still open. How is this school? How are classes not canceled forever? There's been more bodies found on this campus in Camp Crystal Lake, and they are still having class. They didn't go right back with Columbine. How long was Columbine closed? Teachers dying, students dying, and they talk about and they going back into class. Yeah, in the same class. People getting arrested. So, all right. Carrie Milgram was a thought. Well, we all know that Carrie had. We all knew that Carrie was going to go, right? Because Carrie pretty much manipulated Lauren into wearing the wire. Lauren would have never wore the wire, so that's why I don't consider Lauren as a snitch like that. I think she's a snitch, but she got manipulated into being a snitch. She got tricked into being a snitch because Lauren don't know the streets. Like she didn't know. She trusted Professor Milgram, so she thought that Professor Milgram was doing was best for her. You know, she was fooled. Where she made her mistake was she should have told Tariq. Should have told Tariq that they want her to wear a wire. She should have told Tariq. She didn't. She ends up looking like the snitch. So now she wears the wire, and then everybody goes down. Right now, I'll tell you what I think is going to happen in season 3. Oh, before we finish, so it's 2-bit like the remember Family Matters? Remember the little girl that went up the steps in Family Matters and never came back down? Like is that like 2-bit? Is what was the girl's name that went upstairs in Family Matters and never came back? Is 2-bit like the that in Power? Because didn't 2-bit say I'll be back? I'll be back for the rest of my money. And he never came back. Nikki, if you don't want the spoiler, you're gonna have to leave. I'm sorry. We get ready to discuss it. Yeah. So 2-bit said, I'm gonna be back. And the season's over. But what took place in between, a lot of people don't know is that Courtney Kemp was smashing 2-bit, and now they're no longer smashing. So now that she's no longer smashing 2-bit, them words got cut short. that he said, I'll be back for the rest of my money. He was still smashing when he said that. Yes, yes, she was smashing 2-bit. Courtney Kemp. They were dating. Then they broke up. And then here we are. So maybe he'll turn up on force. Maybe not. Yeah, he was smashing Courtney Kemp. So the whole thing that I was very excited about Mecca. I thought that they could really do something with the Mecca character. I was very excited about Mecca, and then they pretty much turned Mecca into a sucker, right? turned into a sucker pretty much. Um, yeah, so they end up killing Mecca. I'm like, come on, dude. Like Mecca could have been such a great character, and that character should have been Ghost's brother. Mecca should have been Ghost's brother. He knew all about Ghost. How? Who knows? How did he know about Tariq? Right? If you go back to Power early in the early stages of Power, Tommy said, "How's your brother doing?" And then Ghost said, "That Puerto Rican mother effer." This was all set up perfect. Mecca is Spanish. He talks Spanish. And then they even mentioned him going to the military. And Mecca went to the military. So how is he not Ghost's brother? I don't understand. How is he not Ghost's brother? She has everything set up perfectly. How else how else would he know everything about Ghost? How would he know everything about Ghost? And then on top of that, he went to the military, and that's what Tommy said. He went to the military, right? And the Ghost said that Puerto Rican MF and Mecca's Puerto Rican. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I seriously believe that Courtney Kemp has these things that they're supposed to be, and then she sees people figure it out, and then I think she changes it. It has to be. How is he not? If he's not Ghost's brother, why did they ever mention him? Why was Ghost's brother even ever mentioned? Why was Ghost's brother even ever mentioned if they're never going to bring him up? It doesn't make sense. Just like I believe that, and I'm gonna make a video explaining all of this. Effie, Effie, um, Connect was Mecca. I believe, I believe Effie's Connect was Mecca because how did Effie know her way around Mecca's place? You see what I'm saying? You see when Tariq was like, "Yeah, Effie showed me how to wipe the cameras. Effie showed me. Effie showed me how to wipe the cameras." How would Effie know how to wipe Mecca's cameras? And that is a high tech place. You know what I'm saying? That's a high tech place. And she's never been there before. So how did Effie know what room to lock the girl in, how to wipe the cameras? I mean, I think Mecca was Effie's connect. And I believe that Effie is connected to I believe Effie's connected to the guy that Ghost and them killed in Power One. The guy that was blind. Remember they blindfolded the girlfriend? I think that was Effie's brother. And that's why I believe she initially came back into power to avenge her brother's death on Tariq. But in the process of this happening, I think she fell for Tariq. See? That's what I think's happening. I think Effie was supposed to, her plan was to eventually kill Tariq, but now she's fell for him. And I believe Diana's going to get pregnant. I believe Diana's going to get pregnant. Ghost ain't dead. He got a plate in his head. The ghost thing could have worked out, you know, but Courtney Kemp fell out with him. So that didn't work out. He's got to have some sort of. See, this is why Tariq could never be Ghost. Tariq could never be Ghost. He tells women I don't know Effie you really putting it on him, like Mary J. Blige said, you really putting it on him because he just tells everybody too much. He tells Lauren too much. He told Lauren. He told Effie. He told Braden. He told Tamika. He tells everybody too much. That's why he can never be Ghost. Ghost didn't tell nobody everything. Not even Tommy. Tommy, I told you what you need to know, man. You know that. Tommy, I didn't tell you everything because I'm trying to protect you, man. Think, Tommy. Uh, so sea camp or stars or chicken. Anyway, Force. The reason why I like Force is because finally we can get back to some damn adults. I've been feeling like for the last 2 seasons, I've been watching children. Power Book 2, excuse me, and Raising Canaan. It's been 2 straight seasons of children. Now Tommy's on here. We got some real fucking. We got some real women. We got some real action. I'm fucking with Force. I'm fucking with Force. Tommy's already not was already smashing some broad already. She was bad too. She looked like Maya. That chick looked like Maya with no titties. Ooh, she was fine. Tommy already smashing. Now we got some damn adults finally, cause Raising Canaan was high school kids. Power Book to Ghost, college kids. They not gonna show Effie getting fucked. They not gonna show Lauren's titties. They not gonna show Diana's. If you ain't gonna show none of these women's titties, then what's the sense? What's the sense in them having sex scenes? That's why all we got was Kerry Milgram. Now she is fine. Don't get it twisted. But everything, all the fucking was Kerry Milgram. One time, I think he punched some girl, but she was a college girl. What's her name? Jabari or whatever. Smashed some college girl. He popped her little college titties out, but she was still a college girl. Mary J. Blige act like she too scared to show her titties. Like, what are you there for? You know Tasha don't give a f. You know Tasha can't wait to pop her titties out. She love her titties. Tasha can't wait to pop her titties out on screen. Mary J. Blige, she on one show. And every time you show her, she's sitting in the bed with lingerie on. Like, eh, Mary J. Please. And Angela, Angela was about it. Angela provided all the sex. Angela was fucking everything in there. Not everything, only two guys, but Angela's sex scenes was lit. Oh yeah, Tasha. Oh man. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here. I did like Forrest. First episode was good. I'm gonna continue watching that. Um, Power finale. Eh, the guy just a little far fetched. Lorenzo, you can't tell. Oh, goofy ass. What's his name? Zeke from goofy ass Zeke from Mecca. I don't care how far you are. You can't tell Zeke from Mecca. Come on. Yeah, I know, Chris. I kind of agree with you. I like Raising Cain better than Power Book Two. They could have made Power Book Two so much better. But I mean, come on, man. How much is this school gonna take? You got professors dropping dead. You got dead bodies being found in pools. You got professors hanging themselves. I mean, come on, man. Like this school should be closed. And all of this started when Tariq came, so they know the common denominator. Simon Stern should have been there. You are the common denominator, Tariq. Tariq St. Patrick. You are expelled from Stanfield, and then he don't get his inheritance. All right, y'all. I'll check y'all later. Thanks for tuning in, man.